Do you guys catch yourself looking at games throughout the day and then you end up having about 10, 15 games on a slate that you're trying to bet? In this video, I'm going to show you guys a strategy on how you can narrow down the games that you're looking at so you're not betting 10 to 15 games per day, because that can actually doom your bankroll and it can put you for a really bad day. If you do have a bad day, you can lose a lot of units. So I'm going to go ahead and help you guys with that in this video. Welcome back, everybody. If you guys are new around here, I'm Frank with Linemaker Sports, and this channel is dedicated to making you a more profitable sports bettor. Now, if you guys like videos like this and other videos that we post, make sure you guys smash that like button. Without further ado, let's jump into the laptop. I'm going to show you guys a website that's going to help you guys narrow down your plays every single day. All right, guys, so let's jump into it. First off, the website is called Covers. All right, so let's go and look at college basketball, for example. And let's go over to odds. You go to college basketball, and it'll bring up the odds for the day. You see right here where it says open? These are the odds that it has opened up at. These are what the opening odds are for the matchup for the day. Now, what you want to be able to do is you want to be able to go through your opening odds on these matchups throughout any given day, and you want to find big differentials. So let's go ahead and scroll through, and let's see, for an example, if you could find any big differential that gives you any type of indicator to look more into that play. So as you scroll down and we go through here, you're going to see a couple that are going to come up. Right off the bat, the first one that I see here, let's say Detroit Mercy versus Purdue Fort Wayne. What happened is Purdue Fort Wayne opened up as the favorite. They opened up at -1. Well, look at what it's currently at now. It's flipped. All right, it flipped over, and now Detroit Mercy is the favorite. Okay, so that's an indicator right there. That's what line movement is, guys. All right, so we switched right here from an opening line of them being a favorite to now the opposite team being a favorite. So that's an indicator to be like, oh, okay, we need to check further into that game. Let me write that stuff down. So you'd be looking at like Detroit Mercy and looking further into that and looking more into detail to see why that line, ended up shifting and going the opposite way. Now, if you keep scrolling down, you're going to find a couple matchups like this, every day in college basketball. It's very common in college basketball to have flip-flop odds where line movement occurs and a favorite becomes an underdog or an underdog becomes a favorite. As we scroll down here, let's see if we can find any other ones, because it's not just limited to just, spreads. You could look at the totals too. So for example, let's look at this one right here. Rice against Western Kentucky. Well, it opened up at 153. So opened up at 153. Now is it sitting at 149.5, 148.5, 149. So about 149 across the board. So that's changed quite a bit. What does this tell us? This tells us that there's some money that is definitely being put on the under in this game, because it's moved that number from 153 down to 149.5. Moved it down. So that's telling us that maybe we should look into the under on this game and do a little bit more research on this game. Compared to other games here, see, this is what I'm trying to tell you guys, is when you normally are going through games and you're finding 10 to 15 games to bet on per day, you shouldn't have that many games, because there's not that much value in those games. There's not much that line movement in all those games that you are betting. So this is the only way you can really, your first step in narrowing it down to a handful of games, and not being, having to spend your whole day doing research on 10, 15 games to try to figure out plays for that. So another example here is, look at this one, UL Lafayette and Texas Arlington. Texas Arlington opened up as the favorite, -1. And what happened? It flip-flopped. Now Lafayette is the favorite. Now they're -1.5 and -2 at some markets. That shows us that for some reason, the money aspect is going up on Lafayette. Why? I don't know. You would have to do a little bit more research into that to see why that is, why that happened. Could be an injury, could be a number of things. So it's definitely something to look into. So you would go ahead and probably do a little bit more research on this play right here, as UL Lafayette minus at 1.5, -2, because they were the underdog. Now they're the favorite. So this is how you can, basically narrow it down, guys, to like a handful of games, and you guys don't have to waste your whole entire day trying to figure out, why do I have 10 to 15 plays on a slate? Why do I have this? Like, you shouldn't have that many games. At most, you should have like 5, maybe. On a busy day, you could have 6 or 7 games. You should never have 10 plus games. Another example here, look, Butler against Georgetown. So Georgetown opened up as -2 as the favorite. What happened? It flip-flopped. Now Butler is the favorite. This is classic line movement, guys. Classic line movement to show you exactly where you should be looking more in depth at. So use this strategy. You can narrow your plays down, because as you scroll through here, you don't see that much difference in a lot of these games. A lot of these games don't have much differential from what it opened up at to what it's at now. But we've pinpointed, about 3 or 4 that we can actually look further into. So like, for example, just like we said with this Georgia Butler game, now go and look exactly why Butler is now the favorite. Why should we be leaning more towards Butler now? Why did it flip? Why did they open up as the favorite? And now why is Butler the favorite? So make sure you guys are doing that. This is the first step in narrowing your plays down. Now, if you guys want more information on that, we do offer the coaching program. Make sure you guys go down in the description because I teach you exactly one-on-one what to look for beyond this step. This is just the first step to be able to, narrow your plays down to give you the best edge at winning. So make sure you guys are doing this on a daily basis because it'll narrow your plays down. You're not going to be, having loaded 10, 15 game slates where you're laying a whole bunch of money out there. There's no reason for it. You don't need to be, guys. You should have 5, 6, 7 plays at most on a daily basis. And those plays should give you the highest tendencies of making money, of hitting. They should give you the highest probability. That's the way this should go. That was the first step of what you need to look at when it comes to line changement, line movement, whatever you want to call it. That is how you are looking at your first slate when you look at games. That's what you should be looking for. That's how you're going to narrow down to about a handful of games to do more research on, to see if you can actually make a move on that play. So if you guys like this video, make sure you guys smash that like button. Also, make sure you guys go and check these videos out just as well because they might help you just as much as this video has. As always, I'm Frank with Linemaker Sports. I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, I'm out.